This is episode 41 of my weekly diary. Hope you enjoy. So, a quick one for today and yesterday. So, today is Tuesday. Today, I only did pretty much one thing the entire day because how long it took. And that was interviews. So, for our coursework, we have to go kind of back and forth. So, I picked a job and I chose Rugby Talent Scout. And then my partner, she chose a job. And then we had to ask 10 questions each. So I asked her 10 questions while I did recording. And then she had to ask me 10. And that's just kind of how we're doing most of the day. Yesterday was absolutely awful. And the reason for that is because it was so much conditioning. Oh my God. I say that because the entire training session was conditioning. So we went to sevens and I quite liked the sevens, so I didn't mind that. Then we went on to running for 1.5 minutes and then we went on to tackling for 1.5 minutes. Now that may not seem like a lot, but then we had to do that about five times and like the sevens was like 3 minutes. My God, did that kill me off, I swear. But got it over and done with. Quite happy with how it went. But yeah. So, doing a video about Wednesday and Thursday. So, Wednesday obviously was one of the training days, and just like last time, it wasn't really high conditioning, but what the conditioning was really hard, just because how hot it was as well. So, it was units first, so we were going through line-outs and stuff like that. Then it was attack v defence, where you start on the floor, you get up quickly, you push everyone out, and it's back and forth. So we did those two for most of the session. I was practicing lifting and throwing, so I ended up doing a few hook throws into line-outs and stuff like that. And then at the end, it was conditioning. And what the conditioning was okay, moving on. 75 metre tempos. So that's from the try line to not the first 22, the last 22. So it's that and back 5 times, and then you get like a 2-minute break, and then you do it another 5 times. I think you had 30 seconds to get there, and then whatever you had left over, that would be your break. So that was kind of it. And I'm going to quickly do a different one for Thursday because all I can hear is music. Obviously, Thursdays are not my most interesting days, and for the reason, it's because it's a school day. What we did was we sat in a classroom finishing off some coursework. However, I did find out something interesting. So for a while now, I've kept like boxing gloves and like pads in my like the bottom of my bed. And the reason for this is absolutely ages ago, they told us we'd be actually teaching like 4 people how to do a certain skill. Now, we couldn't choose rugby because obviously we are all rugby players, so it'd be quite hard unless I was teaching someone how to do a hooker throw. But then I'd run out of stuff because it had to be over a 6-week period. Well, obviously not for us, it won't be that, but we will be moving it like it was a 6-week period. So you need to be able to see the progression of it, and apparently we are doing that next week, so that should be quite interesting. And I hate talking in front of people and not great with cameras, so yeah, should be absolutely great. Yeah, no, so the only annoying part is I've got 3 right-handed people and 1 southpaw. So I'm gonna have to try and work out how to partner her up with someone. Yeah, so that's gonna be quite an interesting week next week. And on this Sunday that we have my finals. So next week we'll also have highlights from that. So a quick one for Friday. Obviously it was a short day. However, it became slightly shorter. We started a bit later than we usually would, as we normally start like 9:45 or around that time. But we started at 10 for gym in the morning, and that was full body. So obviously it wasn't the worst, as I don't actually mind it, as it's mostly like box jumps and stuff like that. Then we moved on to the afternoon, which we had a half an hour break. and then went on to the afternoon session, which was mostly like touch rugby, moving the ball, and they were trying to make it a bit fun, so they were adding and changing rules, and then they were giving us the option of which rules we wanted to add, which rules we wanted to take away. So that kind of followed the entire training session, and I think the reason why they did that is because obviously Monday we had a hard conditioning one, and then Wednesday we had conditioning as well. So I think they were trying to make it slightly better for us.